A grim start in year 2 as viewership craters. Damn. Unrivaled, the nascent 3-on-3 women's basketball league is off to a shaky start in its second year. The league, which has a slated goal of providing elite women's basketball players an alternative.
Nike just proved everyone wrong. And I mean everyone. While the entire basketball world was dragging them through the mud, calling them incompetent, and claiming they had fumbled the biggest opportunity in women's sports history, Caitlin Clark walked into Nike World headquarters and the entire building erupted. Employees gave her standing ovations, high fives, and reacted like they were witnessing something historic. In an instant, the same critics who had spent months shouting about Nike's supposed failures went completely silent. Because here's the truth nobody wants to admit. Nike wasn't stumbling at all. They were playing chess while everyone else was playing checkers.
According to a report by Front Office Sports, on Wednesday, Unrivaled's opening slate of games on January 5th averaged just 175,000 viewers across TNT and truTV. 2 additional games on opening day that only aired on truTV averaged 32,000 viewers. From there, the numbers haven't...
Let me set the scene for you. It's the WNBA offseason, and Caitlin Clark isn't playing basketball anywhere. She's not on a court, not in a game, not even in uniform. She simply walks the front doors of Nike headquarters in Beaverton, Oregon, and the place absolutely erupts. Applause breaks out, people start cheering, phones come out to capture the moment, and suddenly a normal Tuesday afternoon at a corporate office feels more like a championship parade. When's the last time you saw that kind of reaction for any WNBA player? Exactly, it says everything.
Let's go to the part we all want to know. Quote, "We're building Unrivaled for the long game, and we're confident in our outlook, keeping in mind the same core principles and goals we set forth when establishing the league," Unrivaled CEO Alex Bezel told Front Office Sports. "We're proud of the product we're putting on the court each week and are going to continue growing our audience while showcasing the best women's basketball players in the world."
Let me paint the picture for you. It's the WNBA offseason. Caitlin Clark isn't playing a game. She's not on a court. She's not even in uniform. She simply walks into Nike headquarters in Beaverton, Oregon, and the entire building explodes. Employees start clapping, cheering, pulling out their phones like a superstar just walked into an arena. This isn't a packed stadium. This is a regular Tuesday afternoon inside a corporate office. Yet it feels like a championship parade. That alone tells you something powerful. Caitlin Clark has already become bigger than the game itself. Now, here's where it gets interesting. For months,
and the missed when it combined 1 for 26 from the 3-point line. I'm looking on Twitter and I'm seeing bloopers of these. They're still falling all over each other. We're still doing the mic and I don't know.
Here's the part about Netflix that most people don't realize. They love prestige content, the kind that generates social conversation and awards buzz, even if the raw viewership numbers are modest. In that sense, Unrivaled actually fits Netflix's profile perfectly. It's progressive, female-focused, and backed by recognizable names, which makes it ideal content to place behind a paywall and promote as part of their sports expansion strategy. Paramount, however, is in full cost-cutting mode. They're focused on shedding expenses, not picking up vanity projects that struggle to pull even 70,000 viewers. If Paramount ends up winning the bidding war for Warner Brothers Discovery, Unrivaled could be in serious trouble. That opt-out clause would likely get triggered, and suddenly these players may find themselves searching for a new place to play during the offseason.
Now, we'll probably get Unrivaled the bleep out of here. I gotta be honest. Paramount would most likely get Unrivaled the bleep out of here. Netflix, on the other hand, they'd probably like a message like Unrivaled to be on their platform. I'm just being honest.
Nike's timing for this monumental reveal has drawn significant criticism, with many arguing it couldn't have come at a worse moment. The initial wave of Caitlin mania in 2024 has already cooled, and had Nike released her logo and first merchandise during that peak, virtually every item would have sold out within seconds, creating massive hype and a buying frenzy. Instead, the delay may have cost the brand a crucial window of opportunity. potentially sacrificing the kind of explosive, instant demand that could have launched your line into an untouchable level of success.
Something tells me that Project B is not going to be getting the top players. Just, if there is a Project B, just something tells me the top, I don't know. It just reeks of scam to me. It reeks of, let me just wash some money off real quick. Just reeks of, let me just launder a couple, it just reeks to me. If it comes out and it's a real thing, I'll believe it. But as of right now, I'm taking everything Project B comes out with a grain of salt. Everything Project B announces, I'm taking with a grain of salt. So is it going to conflict with proposed start date? Yeah, I guess. Is there really going to be a Project B?
The distinction between fame and mania is critical in this context. While Caitlin Clark remains hugely famous and widely popular, the once-in-a-generation mania that surrounded her during her college peak has naturally cooled. A similar pattern was seen with Steph Curry in 2016, when his peak mania helped push Under Armour past Adidas in the U.S. market, and even with LeBron James, whose mania dipped after 2016, despite his global fame remaining massive. Because of Nike's delay, Clark's signature launch now enters a market that respects and supports her, but no longer carries the white-hot, around-the-block frenzy